Hey man, did you want to eat something before we watch this one?
Sounds good.
What do you want, soup or salad?
I mean, soup sounds good.
Don't say it. Hiss it.
What's happening?
Don't say it. Hiss it.
I don't know, man. Something strange.
Don't say it. Hiss it. Don't say it. Hiss it.
Soda?
Don't say it. Hiss it.
Spearmint.
Don't say it. Hiss it.
Sweet potato.
Don't say it. Hiss it. Don't say it. Hiss it.
Strokes. Matt, we're having strokes.
What's up everyone? My name's Matt Sidney.
And my name is Sean Para.
And you have just slipped and slithered your way into another sensational episode of Movie
And an egg roll.
Now that we've abused the letter S above the legal limit, let's dive into this week's episode.
Oh, and this week's movie is... And sweet Sullied sandwich servers. This one was a doozy.
Buckle up. Originally released as Snake in the United Kingdom and Japan, Sssss is a 1973 American horror film starring Strother Martin, Dirk Benedict, Heather Menzies, and Rover Donaldson. I made one of those up.
Dr. Carl Stoner, a herpetologist, pretty sure that's either the study of reptiles and amphibians or someone just poking around at herpes. Either way, someone didn't pay attention enough at doctor school, sells a mysterious creature in a crate to a carnival owner. Spoiler alert! It's a fucking weird snake.
So this total creepfest doctor hires a college student as an assistant because his old assistant left to see a sick relative. Yeah, that's for sure what happened. Oh, BT dubs, this doctor thinks the world's ending and is gonna prepare for an apocalypse.
Listen, long story short, this guy is trying to turn everybody into a snake. This movie was a mess. Like, there's one puppet snake in the whole movie, and the rest of the snakes?
And there are like 50 snakes.
Are real snakes. Like, very scary snakes. Not defanged, totally poisonous, actors' equity. Where were you?
The movie starts like this. Dear viewing public, we have endangered everyone that's interacted with this filming process, and here is, specifically, even to the country of origin, how we've endangered them.
I mean, honestly, it's almost as if there was no oversight on anything during the 70s.
Let's talk about Dr. Carl Stoner. This unmitigated creepfest is your archetypical villain / crazy professor.
He spends the first part of this movie just talking to another creep about how they're both creeps. It's a total creep fest. It's a creepapalooza.
He also proudly states that he's into snakes. And if that's not a red flag, he also goes forward and says, I'm hardly Dr. Frankenstein.
Like, if you have to clarify if you are or if you are not Dr. Frankenstein, you are most certainly Dr. Frankenstein, you big creep.
And let's talk about our friend whose name I'm blanking on. I'm thinking it's David. It could have been Bart. I know someone in the movie was credited as Tim McGraw. That was exciting.
David is a college student that is head over snake feet for Dr. Stoner. Dr. Stoner walks up to David, and David nearly vomits. He is so excited to identify him as, quote, Dr. Stoner, the famous herpetologist. Like we all know famous herpetologists by face. Like he's John Flippin' Travolta.
David is taken under Dr. Stoner's creepy, scaly wing, and what happens next is what can only be described as an 8th grade science video about how snakes work, and what is a snake, and how to spell snake.
It's not even a good science video, like a Bill Nye science video. We love you, Bill Nye.
No, this is more like a science safety video. A snake, by definition, is a long, limbless reptile which has no eyelids, a short tail, and jaws that are capable of considerable extension. Some snakes have a venomous bite. Milking snakes of that venom regularly keeps them healthy and alive. Here to demonstrate is my lab partner, Sean.
There's venom in my eyes! I touched my eyes! Now there's venom in my eyes, man! Call 911!
Hold them open! Hold your eyes open!
Did you notice that David was getting real horned up every time he looked at a snake? Like, uncomfortably focused on the snakes moving and just living? We need to put David on a watch list.
Obviously, this absolute wackadoo that is Dr. Stoner would have a daughter, and that daughter is equally as intense.
I don't know if I'll be much help to man tonight.
Well, forget man. What about woman? Who's gonna help me wash the dishes?
Oh shit! Hot take alert!
It's getting hot in here. So hot.
So Christine's just like her dad. She loves these snakes. Alright, they got them floating all over the house like it's the Flintstones, except all they do for a living is bite shit and drink alcohol.
At his command.
Come on, you're gonna turn him into an alcoholic.
We mean real snakes. Just a reminder, all of the snakes were real except for maybe one. Most of this movie is just people getting bitten by snakes. It was real. Hi, I'm Matt Sidney and I'm auditioning for the role of gas station attendant.
Okay, great. I assume you have the sides?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
There is another entire scene of people just watching the doctor do a show with a king cobra like it's a white tiger. Did we learn nothing from Siegfried and Roy?
This is what people did before cell phones. We hit yet another classic 70s creep fest move as David convinces Catherine to get naked and swim with him.
Swim in a lake that has lotus leaves existing in another plane of existence not of this world?
Did we just give up on this film? I mean, prior to this, it was a little bit weird, but now it's just like someone's high school film project.
And now the doctor is injecting our friend David with snake venom, so it's safer for him to work with snakes. I don't really know what's going on, but it leads to like a 5-minute acid trip scene that is very poorly done.
And then his skin starts peeling, and his skin gets cold, and he starts getting hornier around snakes.
I've been really trying, baby.
My friends, if a snake man starts injecting you with snake juice, and you are starting to have snake-like things happen to you, and you become more like a snake, ignore it like this absolute idiot did.
At some point, we find ourselves in a carnival, in which a man claims to have the most amazing reptile human on Earth.
The incredible snake man, half snake, the most astonishing human reptile in the history of the world.
Sir, I challenge you on that notion that you have the only reptile human on Earth.
So Big Dumb David waltzes in to see it, and my God, is it terrifying. Oh my God, kill it! Kill it now!
Oh, it's like looking at Voldemort, who had a baby with a tree stump. And this poor actor, I mean, he was just covered in paint, his mouth was taped up. It was like watching Blue Man Group.
Fast forward and surprise! David is a snake. He wakes up looking exactly like little baby Stumptamort, and the daughter, oh, is she concerned. But have no fear. All the doctor had to do to convince the daughter that everything was fine was to have him say, okay, meagerly through the door.
David,
Yes?
how do you feel?
Ugly.
You see?
What the hell are you laughing at?
Bing bang boom, like 20 minutes more of snake explanation and snakes doing mundane stuff like filing snake taxes. David is now a snake, and the transformation is an utter masterstroke to watch.
I've been really trying, trying to hold back this.
Long live the king.
So Dr. Stoner finds his untimely demise at the hands of, you guessed it, a snake. A snake that he was having a really weird conversation with right before he killed him, and poor BDD, the snake, is now being killed by a mongoose at the end. Nature's nemesis to the snake, the deadly mongoose.
When I tell you the end credits are nothing more than Catherine screaming, "David!" over and over the credits. 5 minutes, if not more of that. Insane! We're gonna come up with a rating system
Based on the movie. Oh, snakes.
And this week, we're gonna do a rating system of...
Human snakes.
So how many human snakes are you gonna give this film?
Listen, I've loved this movie for a very long time. It holds a special place in my heart. That being said, it is unmitigated nonsense. I love the word unmitigated. This is a solid 4 human snakes. You weren't ready for that because I had the 3 up. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna give this movie 2 human snakes and a couple of frozen rats speckled in there. Because 1, the snakes gotta eat, and 2, this movie was good. The story was there, the effects weren't awful, and they did use real snakes. It was impressive what they put together, but it was slow. It was hard to keep up with the pacing, and if you weren't invested in the story, you probably would have pressed pause also. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. If you liked our... Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. If you like this video, please click the button below. Smash it. Gently flick it. We don't care how you touch the like button. Just join our crew, alright? Subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. And if you like what you got going on here, we got more videos. Stay tuned.